Most people starting an AI agency are doing it completely wrong. You call yourself an AI agency. You might sell chatbots, workflows, even voice agents. And then you wonder why you're capped at $2,000 and competing with people that went through the same exact make.com course. And I used to do this same exact thing. I thought, okay, I need to learn N8N, I need to learn Zapier, I need to learn automation and become this developer because that's the opportunity, right? And then I forced myself in this box that I did not want to be in. I'm not a developer, I don't know code, and I don't like developing. And then I had myself competing with people that are from third world countries that not only enjoy development work, but they don't care what the pay is and it's always going to be cheaper than me. And it was simply because of my offer positioning. But after working with dozens of business owners that actually have money, I realized they don't want automations. They want systems. And most importantly, they want to be positioned in front of their market. They don't want a chatbot. They don't want some workflow. They want a consultant who understands their business and how AI fits into it properly. They want clarity of someone that is in the space and how they can get ahead. And the difference between those two positions is that one gets paid $2,000 and the other gets paid $20,000, $30,000, even $50,000 while doing half the work. And that sounds like a get rich quick scheme, and borderline it is, but I'm going to show you exactly how this is possible. So in this video, I'll explain how to stop selling automations, start selling systems, and start getting paid a lot more for your AI agency. Let you choose what you want to do instead of learning how to code or learning development work or confining yourself in this single business model. And most importantly, how you can learn AI skills that you don't actually know yet. Because if you think about it, every single person that you know that is successful, even me, have switched from business model to business model. And when you confine yourself in this one business model that you don't actually enjoy, you end up living in hell. Because at the end of the day, AI isn't going anywhere. And if you are able to acquire the skill of knowing how to use AI, then you're going to be future-proof. All right, I wish I could say that I've not been in this boat, but to be honest, one of my mentors that I've had for a while kind of pulled me out of this and kind of cleared my head. So I thought I had to make a video about it. So this is exactly like I was charging 1,200, upwards of 5,000, and that's cool, right? And that's good. But when you get deals like this, I can tell you right now, it is a whole lot more fun. And once you realize the actual power that you have of AI and the payments that you can get for this skill is ridiculous. And again, I'm 18 years old and I'm able to talk to business owners that are making multi-seven, 8 figures per month, per year. And they respect me, okay? They do not treat me like a developer. They do not treat me like an Indian from a third world country. They treat me with respect and they value my knowledge because AI is the most valuable knowledge skill that you can have. So I'm going to break down exactly how you can get this positioning, okay? But to understand what I'm going to be talking about, you need to understand something, okay? Look at these service business models, right? All of these business models that have been throughout the years, right? You have something like copywriting. Okay, you're writing words that sell, SMMA, you're running meta ads, SEO, you're getting Google traffic, affiliate marketing agency, you're getting social media referrals, web design, you're displaying a business online. What do these all have in common? They are using a skill that a business owner does not have or have the time to learn, which is your skill now, and making the business more money. Okay, those are the two things that they are doing. Right now, your AI agency might look something like this. And when I tell you that I looked up AI agency and I saw about 20 different pages exactly like this, I'm not joking. Custom solutions, custom AI solutions. See what AI could do for your business. Can I ask you a question? Do you think that a marketing agency doing multiple 7 figures per month is going to say, see what ads can do for your business? We're going to custom make ads. And I'll explain why they don't do this. Because when you do something like this, you lose authority. You are saying, we will conform to you. We will custom make something to you instead of presenting yourself as the value. You, as the business owner, have this knowledge and skill set of AI. You must position yourself as this and present yourself to the business owner as the constraint. You are the answer. You are the bridge to the constraint within their business. This subconsciously will put the business owner looking up to you, needing you, instead of you conforming to them, allowing you to charge a lot more. your skill set to go a lot longer and your relationships with the business owner a whole lot better. When you're an authority, you can give the same output, but is perceived as a lot higher. Picture this for an example. If you hire someone on Upwork to create you a logo and you pay $5 for it and he gives you a logo, versus if you pay some big logo design agency $5,000 and they give you the same logo, which one will you perceive as better? You will perceive the agency that you paid $5,000 for a lot better. Now, I'm not saying to go and scam these people. What I'm saying is that when you position yourself as an authority, as someone that knows what they're talking about and is going to provide you the solution instead of them telling you what they need, it is going to allow you to charge a lot more and make more money and give them a better result. So breaking this company down, right? Custom solutions, see what AI can do for your business. I don't care what AI can do for my business. I want to make money with AI and I want to beat my competitors. Okay, that's what AI can do for my business. And then random corporate jargon. I see this way too much. At Full Stack Labs, we create custom AI solutions tailored to your team, your data, your goals. From introductory consultations to engineering staff augmentation to end-to-end AI jargon, dude. No one cares about this. Okay. And no matter who, even if you're selling to enterprise, stop using this corp. Okay. And it's the same thing here. We build custom machine learning, agentic AI, predictive. You lose all authority. Okay. So I'm going to give you an example so you understand why I'm saying this and why this makes sense, because people do not put themselves in the prospect's mind. And most of the people that you're selling to, if you want to make a lot of money, are doing a lot of money month to month, and they're making a lot of money a year. Again, multiple 7 figures, 8 figures per year. These are if you're selling to enterprise. And if you're not selling to enterprise, then you definitely shouldn't do this, because these people need this. They don't even know how to grow a business. So you need to present it as, I know your problem. So you have your ICP, and I'm going to get into how to actually create an offer that can do this depending on your ICP. But someone that's not running a big business needs to understand how to grow their business. And someone that is running a big business just wants to stay ahead, stay afloat. Okay. So if we take a prospect, a recruiting agency for this example, right? They come onto your page, they see custom AI solutions. I think AI could work, but I don't know what I need. That is what they're thinking. If you want to go to a fitness coach and you want to lose weight and you see on their page custom weight solutions, you're going to be like, I know I need to lose weight, but I don't know if this is for me. Versus if they say custom fat loss for young moms that are 40 years old that struggle with hormonal health and menstrual cycles, you're gonna be like, oh my God, this guy knows me, right? This is basic, this is surface level, but I want you to understand. This is what they're saying in their head. I know AI could work. I know I need AI, which is why you can get away with this, because AI is so valuable right now. But I don't know what I need. So they get on a call with you, and I legit went on a site and saw this. They said we can do SEO, AI automation, ads, copywriting, sales, marketing, customer support, outbound calls, outbound email, and GEO. This is ridiculous. Okay. To them, this is just too much stuff, too much change. And a business, if you are running a high level business, any change is a guaranteed drop by 3%. And you must understand this. A business that is doing sufficient, any change that they make will be a guaranteed drop in 3% just because of adjustments or because their process is just slightly messed up. Now that could jump up within the week that you deliver it. That's the hope, but guaranteed they're to go down 3%. So they are taking on a risk no matter what. Now, if they want to risk that 3%, you must convince them very well that you're going to catch them up. And if the business owner is doing a lot of money, they know this, but they also understand risk and they also understand that they need AI. Again, why this is such a powerful positioning that you can do. So they are risking no matter what. And Plus, you're competing with people from third world countries that like the development work. If you like a development work, this is completely irrelevant to you. But for me, I like running my business. I don't like development work. I don't really do development work much anymore. I oversee it because I learned it, because you must learn it at some point when you're starting out. You can't hire a developer because you need the money. But once you get a good developer, then you can train them and so forth. But at this point, you're on your own. And if you're not on your own, then great, then you already have a developer. But you still need to understand this, because I didn't even understand this till I was at, 10, 15K per month, when I was like, I can't do this anymore. I'll get into this, but it was ridiculous. Okay, so not only is this friction on their end, they're like, I don't even know what I want. You're just spitting things at me. But if you do manage to get them over the edge, this is what your life will look like. Now, I'm telling you this from experience. I wish I had someone that had done it before tell me that this is what was going to happen. So service delivery looks something like this. Planning, 10 plus hours. You don't understand how long it takes if you want to deliver at a high level, planning it out in general. So you tell them you can do all of these things. Now, it's literally not possible for you to do all of these things before at a high level. Literally impossible. So you're gonna have to figure out how to do it, which is completely fine. And that's what I'm talking about when I say that you need to learn how to learn skills with AI. Now, I could do any of these by using AI, because I've learned the skill of AI and how to use AI to now be able to learn any of these skills. Am I going to be able to do it at a super high level? Probably not, but I could learn it and I could fulfill. But that's not the point. Okay, so if you do manage to get them over the edge, you're going to be planning. You're going to try to figure out what you're going to build and how the hell you're going to build it. And I've closed my first 5 deals doing this. And I ended up fulfilling, and I ended up doing what I needed to do. But my life would have been a whole lot easier had I just replicated the same thing over and over and just framed myself as an AI consultant instead of this AI agency, this developer. Then you got to get credentials. You don't know what to sign them up for. Do you need to sign them up for Go High Level? Do you need to sign them up for N8N? Do you need to sign them? You don't know what credentials they need, because it's a new project every time and the softwares change every single time. So this can be weeks if they don't answer, and it's a pain in the ass to get credentials. So once you systemize it, super clean, you say you need this, this, and this, and these are all the links, and then boom, you already have them within the first day while you onboard them. And then building, and I'll show you guys these videos. It was every night, 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 6 a.m. Like, it was ridiculous. And I thought in my mind, this is hustle culture. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be staying up till 7 a.m., 6 a.m. I'm grinding, I'm making money. This is what it's all about. But in reality, this is an inefficient business. The business owner should not be staying up till 7 a.m. Again, if you're solo, you got to do what you got to do. And that's what I did. I did what I had to do in order to fulfill and not make my client angry. But it was hell. And then delivery, 5+ hours. You got to give it all to them. You got to transfer it all over. You got to do everything. And then they make adjustments and you're back to this hell. I stayed up every single night till 7 a.m. working on one project because of just adjustments. You build an AI agent, you give it to them, and they say, oh, this could need a little change, and you got to redo the whole thing. I don't know why that's the case. That's just how it works. And it's no fun just to get paid $2,000. And $2,000 might sound like a lot, but when you're staying up till 7 a.m. for weeks on end, it's not that much. So you get $2K and you get a shitty testimonial. Okay, I saved 2 hours for a recruiting agency. Nice. Okay, you have to do custom work that you have to rebuild every single time. Every single client that you onboard, you're doing another custom build. You don't know what results you're going to get them. You have to do constant iteration. You don't know what to upsell or cross-sell once you give them the first service, which is where I made the biggest purchase or the biggest invoice of my life, was an upsell, because that's where the money really is. And that's what you need to understand. So You can't upsell them, you can't cross sell them, and the testimonial is useless because you say that I did this for a recruiting agency. That's irrelevant to a real estate agent. It doesn't matter that you did that for a recruiting agency. How am I supposed to know that you can help me? So the AI consultant model is a lot more profitable. It's a lot easier, and you can start it without necessarily having to know much about the dev work. And this sounds like a get rich quick scheme. And it borderline is, because you take a business owner that is running a big company. They don't have time to learn AI. They don't have time to learn N8N. They don't have time to learn anything. They do have the time, but most of them aren't going to do it. You have the time. I know you have the time because you're watching this video. So with that time, you're going to learn how to learn with AI. When you acquire the skill to handle with AI, prompt AI, learn a bit of N8N, and just learn how it all works, you can then learn again how to learn with AI. So if you need to learn how to copyright, you need to learn how to build a funnel, you need to learn how to build a CRM, a sales team, whatever it is, you use AI. And I'll give you a little tip that I did that really set myself up. Mind you, I had no business experience going into this. I had failed 8 different business models, but none of them were in the service industry. It was painting curbs, drop shipping, day trading. But what I did was I took Claude and I turned on voice to type and I just talked in it. Well, it was ChatGPT actually then. I would use Claude now. And I just talked and I asked any question. I didn't even know what a proposal was. I didn't know how to write a contract. I didn't know how to fulfill. I didn't know how to get paid. I just went in there and talked. And now ChatGPT is a lot better than what I was doing. That was years back. So now it's a lot better and you can get a great output from it. Another thing I wish I did was I wish I got a mentor. I had never bought in a course before. I had never bought in a mentorship, but now I understand. And I always heard people say, get a mentor, get someone to guide you. And I had people in my life that were further than me in business that could help me out, but nobody that had done what I was doing. And had I just had someone at least tell me like this is right and this is wrong, I probably would not have made this many mistakes. But I'm a student of the game and I'm still learning to this day. And I've invested too much money into mentors and consultants that can just sit me down and tell me this is right or this is wrong. So those are the two things. Use AI as your mentor and get someone to tell you, this is right and this is wrong. Now, my AI consultant model looks something like this. You have your offer and your structure in one place. If you cannot put your offer on a Miro board, then you don't have much of an offer at all. If you can go into Miro or go into Canva or even go on a Google Doc and say your offer and not AI custom solutions. If you can map your offer out, not only will you be able to show this to the prospect so they can visually see what your offer would look like and what it's going to do for them, but it's going to solidify something that you can just get better at piece by piece. So you can get better at each stage and then document it and repeat it over and over. And I'll get into that. So when you take this AI consultant model instead of an AI agency, you position yourself as an authority because you know something that they don't and they need you now. So instead of you needing them and reaching out and saying, hey, you need AI, I'll make whatever you want for you. You are telling them, hey, your business is broken and I'm going to help you. Do you see the difference? Then that's all it is. It's just offer positioning and the difference. So they need you for clarity and they need you to say, and even if it's false clarity sometimes. Again, when I invest in a consultant, they're really telling me something I already knew, but it's still clarity and it still helps me. And that's kind of the positioning that you're taking. But you do know. Again, I'm making it sound like you don't know what you need. You need to learn, but I'm now in this much higher leverage position. Okay, so this allows you to charge more, work less, make more money, and learn more skills. So when I come in with this positioning, I'm able to tell them, okay, you could use AI here, here, and here. I'm able to charge just for that. Now I can implement what I told them to implement. That's another payment. Then I'm able to go inside their business and see how their operations are working and learn what they're doing when they are making a lot more money than me, multiple seven figures, eight figures. And I can see, okay, I want to pull little things from here and then use it for my next client. And I'm able to pick up so many more skills versus learning how to use a node in N8N, you know? So this is what it looks like for you. Now, if you are currently running an AI agency or you want to start an AI agency, skip all of that and just take these steps. You talk to one ICP or one pain point. You rather scale your offer vertically or horizontally. So, what does this look like? You rather have an offer that is repeatable. So, for this example, I'll use a chatbot. Don't sell a chatbot, but you have a chatbot that you are going to deliver to multiple different niches. Or you say, I'm going to help recruiting agencies and learn recruiting agencies from top to bottom. When you are able to combine them and say chatbots for recruiting agencies, any recruiting agency that goes onto that site is 10 times more likely to buy. Now you're going and you're thinking in your head, and I heard people say this a million times as well. They said, niche down and learn a niche and scale vertically. And I was like, I don't have any customers to do that with. I need to take on anybody that I can because, you don't have any customers. So how can I niche down if I have nobody seeing my site anyways? You would rather reach out to 100 people and one of them be your ICP because they are a lot more likely to buy from you versus saying custom solutions to 100 people. None of them are going to buy from you. At least you have a very high chance with that one person. And even if your ICP changes, take it from this perspective when you first go in. So take a job that you know, or your uncle or your dad or someone you know that owns a business, or someone in your contacts list, or something that you're interested in. If you have none of that, learn what their pains are, learn how to solve it with AI, and niche down to just that. Anybody that tells you not to niche down, they're wrong. Rather niche down vertically or niche down horizontally. So rather have an offer that you're going to replicate across multiple different niches, or choose a niche and learn from top to bottom. And I'll explain to you why you should do that. When you know exactly what to sell and who you're selling to, you will know exactly what to sell on the back end. And this is where the upsell, this is where the big money is at. So when you can go to a recruiting agency and say chatbots for recruiting agencies, you go in with a $2,000, $5,000 price point. You are now good at it because you do it for recruiting agencies over and over and over, and you have it templatized, and I'll go into that as well. And you now know, oh, when my last client that was a recruiting agency, I put a chatbot, they ended up having a lot of problems with the lead flow. They had way too many leads coming through the chatbot. So now you're going to solve the lead flow problem. And you're going to say, okay, the chatbot's been implemented. You guys have seen an increase in leads. Here's what we have for this problem. And that's when you get those massive payments. They've already bought from you. You've already proved your value. And that's when you upsell like crazy. So when you do this, your fulfillment can now become automated and SOP'd. So you've built a chatbot 5 times. Then you learn how to upsell and what the upsell is with the chatbot. Then you build that 5 times. Now you've built the chatbot 15 times and you built the other thing 5. What you're able to do is SOP it and automate it with rather a human, or learn how to teach it to the business owner. Okay. And this is super like surface level generic advice. So I'll break it down into actionable steps that you can take right now if you're running an AI agency or you want to start. Step one is you take your best client results thus far. So take your client base right now. And if you don't have one, then reach out to people and ask them for free. And I'll show you that as well. But take your best client results thus far, or the ones you enjoyed working with the most, which is also important. SOP the entire process. Okay, write down everything you did in order to create it. So you've heard me talk about AI replication, and when you are able to write down exactly what you did, put that into AI and tell AI, okay, now give me a prompt to have someone do this on their own. Let me give you an example. A chatbot. I need to create a chatbot database. How would I do that? I would give the business owner a form. They would fill out the form. Then I would take their form submissions. I would put it into AI, and I would then create JSON profiles and then load it into the chatbot. And then boom, you're done. Instead of that, you say, okay, now, Claude, how can I create a prompt that I can give to the business owner? The business owner can put this prompt into their Claude. That will ask them the questions and make the profiles for them. And then they give me the profiles instead of me having to make the profiles. See how you just removed a step from the process? That's not going to make you lower your prices, but you've just removed a step, getting them their result faster. And then step 3, interview any clients or people in your niche. So if you have previous clients, and if you don't have any clients, go to someone in the niche that you want to go into, record the call with Fathom or Fireflies, find out exactly what their pain is, how they talk about their pain, their exact wording, and you can take this, you can screenshot this and put it into Claude or ChatGPT after your call and just ask it this. Just screenshot this and put it in and say, what is the pain point? What are their exact wording for the pain point? This will be your copy that you're going to put. How much pain is it causing them? Figure out how much they would pay to solve that pain, and then find the best and fastest way to solve that pain and position your offer and marketing to make that pain look pretty. Okay. For an example, AI replication instead of JSON context profiles, right? I've talked about JSON profiles. I named it AI replication because that sounds a lot prettier and it looks a lot prettier. So you've now interviewed someone, and if you don't have any clients, then go to someone in the niche and say, hey, can I just hop on a call with you and see what you're struggling with, how painful it is, and what you would pay to get it solved? And then take that call, put it into Claude, and say, hey, how can I solve this with AI? Perfect. That's your offer. It's as simple as that. Don't overcomplicate it. So here's what you need to do. Interview your favorite clients, best results. That is your number one. Again, if you don't have clients, then do somebody in the niche that you want to do. Then you're going to build the thing. Okay, build the thing that they said. And if you can't sign a client, then whoever you got on the call with, say, hey, I built this thing. You mind if I implement it? And if they like it, then you got a good offer. If they don't like it, then go back to the drawing board. Document the thing so someone else can do it. And then you're essentially going to sell courses to business owners, right? You're going to say, okay, this is how you replicate yourself with AI. I'm going to give you all of these prompts that you're going to put in and you're going to fill out, and then you're going to give me the profiles and I'll do what I need to do with those. Instead of saying, hey, can you fill out this 150-page form so that I can create the profiles and then give them back to you and then put it into your chatbot and then make the chatbot. You're systemizing the process. Again, super surface level, but I think dumbing it down sometimes helps you like understand how in your mind you can be. Then once you have SOP'd the process, you just work on making it look more pretty, sound more pretty, make the results more pretty in a shorter amount of time. So you take my offer and you put it in a nice, pretty looking dashboard. Now, instead of giving them nothing and essentially building automations within their N8N, I give them a nice dashboard where they can see everything. And then I give them a nice dashboard where they can see all of their KPI metrics, and it's nice and pretty. Right now I have 2 deliverables and systems instead of them getting automations within their N8N, because these people do not understand N8N. So you really did not give them anything. But if you give them deliverables, you can say, this is what I've given you. This is the thing that I've given you. Versus if you give them an N8N automation, you're not really giving them anything because they're not going to step foot into N8N anyways, right? And then you need to learn more people that know about it and position yourself as an authority, okay? Post content. If you are willing to show your face, post content. My small little YouTube with 100, at the time of this recording, 116 followers has made me over $15,000 now, just by having a micro niched YouTube that is positioned right as an authority. Okay. This is the entire process. Now, if you are starting an AI automation agency, you need to understand this. Anybody that is telling you to sell a certain thing will not make you money. So if they are telling you to sell a chatbot, if they are telling you to sell a voice agent, if they are telling you to sell go high level AI agents, you are not going to make money. What you need to do is learn how to learn with AI. Now, if you're already landing clients, you're already making clients, this framework has helped me so much in scaling my AI agency and taking it to the next level, is simply by framing myself as an AI consultant and framing myself as an expert in what I'm providing. Now, if you're currently running an AI agency and you want my help, you can go down below. If you want to start your AI agency, it is the greatest, most amazing opportunity that you can possibly take right now in the space that you will not be sorry that you learned how to use AI. No matter what you decide to do with it, if you can learn how to learn with AI, you are going to be in a good spot. So I also have a free Telegram where I drop my common wins or things I'm seeing in the industry, or just wins overall in my journey, and you can follow along that. So it's all down below, and I appreciate you watching.